I think there's a lot of time and effort wasted in having conversations that are just about reconciling viewpoints. When you can see things with your own eyes as if you are on site, and you've kind of got this time capsule that you can go back through time and see what the site looked like a week ago, a month ago, 6 months ago. That becomes that objective truth that it's very difficult for anyone to argue against. Matt Craske, Global Head of Program Controls, formerly of Google. I had global responsibility for cost management, schedule management, risk management, change management, to bring all that together into a kind of cohesive project control strategy. Making sure that at any given time we know what's going on and what projects, where and when and how much it costs. Some of the best, if not the best, project controls data is scope-based data. Right? So during planning, you're looking at the engineering to understand scope and translate that into cost, schedule and risk. But when you're in execution, you're looking at the real-world construction of that engineering. And so reality capture is just the obvious way to collect that information highly accurately, at a high frequency and at a great price point. Kind of typical size of a data center, and this isn't specific to Google, could be 600,000 square feet. And the site could be 1,000 acres. It could take you 20 minutes to drive from the job site trailer to the point of work. And you're often building multiple buildings at the same time. So putting anything in direct proximity to work can be very difficult because of these kind of sizes. And so, yeah, the only way you can kind of cover that type of ground is it either take a very long time with a very large number of people or find a way to automate it. And that's what DroneDeploy did for us. They are mega cities and they've got just as many utilities as a city. Having great records of all of the underground has been invaluable. We've now kind of created the reality capture data as a prime source of information for the stats update and the progress measurement, and that data is looked at first. We found something out halfway through construction that was an issue at the beginning of construction, and we've been able to go back through the time capsule that DroneDeploy provides us and point out what the error was, do lessons learned to make sure we do it again, and if appropriate, make sure that if there's any claims related to it, that they're correctly adjudicated. So I think there's a lot of time and effort wasted in having conversations that are just about reconciling viewpoints. So once you can take that off the table, you're saving that time and effort for it to be reinvested elsewhere. So for a survey company, for example, we would have them reinvest in maintaining really great ground control. That was kind of a virtuous loop. So now we've got even more accurate reality capture data. Roughly speaking, we would always have a goal of 5x savings to the cost. And so we would start building out a model of how much this technology, DroneDeploy, would cost us. And then we would come up with a list of use cases where we would believe it would save us money. Then that long list should add up to 5 times the cost to implement the technology. With DroneDeploy, I think we're blown way past the 5x savings.